Let's talk about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Those are what are subsets of what's called the autonomic nervous system, things that just happen automatically without us thinking about it. So when we break this down and we talk about the sympathetic nervous system, you can think about your nervous system in general like a car. All right. So the sympathetic nervous system is the gas pedal. It's what's got you going. It's what's got you moving. It's what we call your fight or flight kind of system. So for example, if you see your child run into the street, one of the things you do, you get hyper alert, you run, you go, you yell, your body is ready to move to make action. So the gas pedal is on so that you can make movements and things happen to respond to a stressor that is before you. All right. So when that happens, what does our body experience? Our heart rate will raise. If you saw your child go into the street, you start feeling those palpitations, your heart rate is going up. Also, what happens? Your blood pressure elevates. The body is beginning to prepare itself for that stress so that you can be in action. It can mobilize you. You start releasing more glucose so that your brain can begin thinking and be more aware. And so that's your sympathetic nervous system. All right. The parasympathetic nervous system, we can think about the brake pedal. It's trying to slow us down. It's trying to get us to rest. It's rest and digest system. So the sympathetic system is the gas pedal, that fight or flight. Our parasympathetic system is that brake pedal to rest and digest, slow us down. And so this is where recovery happens. When recovery happens, we begin to have better digestion. Why? So in the sympathetic nervous system, our heart rate went up, our blood pressure went up, we release glucose so that we can think, our brain can act, and we could be more activated, more aware, and do things more quickly. Blood has to be diverted somewhere for those things to happen. So when we're in that fight or flight state, we are not sending blood supply as much to the digestive system. So because we're not trying to digest anything. We're trying to go and take care of the kid, get the kid out of the street, right? But when we are in our parasympathetic system, digestion can improve because now we're not having to have our blood pressure elevated. We're not having to have our heart rate elevated. We are directing blood flow more to the digestive tract. And so that can help to improve digestion. It allows the heart rate to be slower. It allows our body really to go into healing and recovery. Unfortunately, many people will spend way too much time pressing the gas pedal, boom, go, sympathetic system, and not enough time allowing the body to recover, parasympathetic system. So we really want to make sure that we're being mindful of which system is predominating us the most. Do we have a balance in the two? Is sympathetic overreaching the parasympathetic in your life? And some tips that I gave in another video were things that you can look at that can help to guide you. One, we just mentioned heart rate. What's your resting heart rate? Monitor that for a few weeks to see where your average is. And if you notice that your resting heart rate is continuing to increase over a few weeks, we know that you're probably under a more sympathetic nervous system guidance. If your heart rate is beginning to lower, then your body system may be beginning to recover more. Heart rate variability. Again, our smartwatches have these features. Some of our phones have these features. A higher heart rate variability indicates that your body is adapting to stress better. That means that the parasympathetic system is working more efficiently. If you have a lower heart rate variability, then that can mean that your sympathetic nervous system is being more dominant. So how can we improve our parasympathetic tone? Walking. Just simple walking, relaxing while we're walking, taking in nature, taking in our surroundings, just trying to be at peace, doing simple walking, quality sleep, not just sleeping, but trying to get quality sleep where we're sleeping 7 to 8 hours. We are really going through all of the stages of the sleep cycle so that we're having deep sleep, we're having REM sleep, quality sleep, deep breathing. So some people will do meditation as a form of deep breathing. Sometimes just simple breath exercises. Meditation can feel hard and more stressful for some people, but taking a moment during the day just to breathe. 1, 2, 3, breathe. Sometimes we hold our breath. Holding our breath is actually stressful. So if you notice that you're a breath holder, taking moments to just do some deep breathing. Social connection. When we're more isolated and we're not connecting with other people, that can increase our sympathetic tone. All right. So ways that we can relax is actually reaching out to people, talking to our friends, talking to our loved ones. It doesn't have to be a whole group of people, but some of your close people that you feel trusted with, reaching out and connecting with them. Laughter is good for the soul, which means it's good for the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest, our recovery. We need to laugh. So find something, turn something on, have some laughter as a part of every day. And then spending out time outdoors. As I mentioned, being with walking, being out in nature, grounding where your feet are actually touching the earth, the ground. And one of my favorite things to do is humming can really stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system and help to trigger those hormones to be released to help you feel more calm. So when you're feeling stressed or needing something to do that is very inexpensive, it's very inexpensive to hum your favorite song, hum a tune. These are things that really can help your body to recover, help your body to heal, and by inducing more parasympathetic tone so that we're not always pressing the gas pedal, but we're allowing the brakes to get us into recovery.